What is going on, Nemesis Gaming League? It is your boy Sage, and I am bringing you guys some premium Novice League content tonight between the Ignite and Pawns. And I'm joined in the booth today by Dr. Waffles. Dr. Waffles, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm so good, Sage. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a
Absolutely.
beautiful night for some Rocket League. We do have Ignites versus Pawns, the 9 seed versus the 10 seed with the same record. One of these teams tonight's going to get kicked out of playoff contention, Sage.
Yes,
And
sir.
the other one is going to go on to play, I believe it's Aurora in the second play-in match sometime later this week, I believe. I could be wrong. Now we are a couple minutes behind schedule here, so we're just going to hop straight into the game, Sage.
Off and
Real
riding.
quick, predictions here. I'm going to come right off the cuff. I'm going to say Ignite. Ignite has a very good
Ooh.
record against Pawns, and I think that they're going to keep that up here.
That I would have to agree with, but right before we even get into the commentating for the game, the Pawns are going to open up the scoring with a Dorfin off the wall shot.
Already making me look silly, goofy. Pawns Dorfin coming out with an absolute banger 5 seconds into the match.
Absolutely. I do agree with your take, though. I do think Ignite's going to take this one. Maybe in a game 4, game 5. I'd like to see a game 5, but only time will tell. As we get into the game here, Cronksy trying to take it off the ceiling. Nice defensive play there by Aiko. A couple whiffs coming out in this Ignite corner. A shot coming out from
Ooh.
Sep. What a laser to put him up 2-0 in this game.
Pawns coming out swinging. Ignite there with an awkward touch from Tripwire. Both players whiffing, and the C-Wink on the defensive line just couldn't react fast enough from that. For that, Sep, great placement there.
Absolutely a laser going there, but we're getting back to the match here as Tripwire trying to get something building, some offense going. Sep gonna get it past one, almost. C-Wink with a nice touch there. Dorfin trying to get a bang out. Tripwire cutting that off. Nice touch coming out from Cronksy. Aiko trying to get something started for this Ignite team. Ball just floating in the middle of the pitch right now. C-Wink gonna get a little doink action going there and try to get something started. I've got to say, Waffles, it's been 2 really quick goals coming out from Aurora, but I really have not, from Aurora, my apologies, from this Pawns team, but I really haven't seen any sustained offense from either of these two teams.
No, I think that, in Novice you're going to have a couple mistakes, especially right off the cuff here. They're getting used to the gameplay. They're settling in. I think it'll probably take a couple minutes for the gameplay to get a little bit more consistent. But yeah, Pawns definitely, getting the upper hand of these first couple minutes of awkward gameplay. We'll have to see if Ignite can recover, get some solid touches on the ball, especially on defense. Just as I say that, Dorfin shoves those words right back into my mouth. He says, "No, sir, I'm just going to outplay the entire defense here." Flicks right over, what was it? Who's that? Aiko, I believe. His name flew by very quickly. Nice play from Dorfin there.
He went diving in for that ball.
He did.
We're gonna get restarted here. A nice kickoff coming out from Aiko. Off the wall here from Tripwire. Trying to get something started for this team who needs some type of boost. Ignite kind of just down in the dumps right now. Down 4-0 now. What a shot there from Sep to put him up by 4 in game 1.
What on earth is going on? Dorfin, insane clear, throws it most of the way down the field. Sep is fast enough to follow that, and all he's got to do is just make a solid touch towards goal, and that goal line defense couldn't react fast enough. Pawns coming out in this first game, Dorfin and Sep both with 2 goals. Cronksy backing them up. Nice and solid here. Ignite, no one on the Ignite team has even broken 100 points yet, Sage. I don't know if this is jitters or if Pawns are actually just coming out here and playing an absolutely insane game.
I think it's a bit of both, but honestly, as another whip comes out there, I think most of it is just the stream nerves that come on when you're playing, especially as a novice player trying to play and impress.
Oh, no.
A wide open net miss. This better not be a repeat of Monday. Oh my goodness. But it just open net misses, missing the ball, just like critical misses like that. It's just stream nerves getting the better of this team. I know this Ignite team, they've lost big before and been able to regain. I think that they just have to settle down, It's still Rocket League at the end of the day. Play your game and show these pawns what's up. But as I'm saying, that tripwire trying to go for another touch. Cronksy, a nice cut out there by him. Echo trying to go for something fancier. Maybe a double tap. Gets the double, triple tap. Just down to C-Wink, though. C-Wink trying to get it past the tripwire. Cut off by Sep. Dorfin up here. Intercepted by Cronksy. A little bit of a passing play trying to come out, but the Ignite team, nice and stellar defense there. We're going to see C-Wink come off the sidewalk. Get a pass into Tripwire. C-Wink trying to get a shot on target. Almost goes in. What a save there by Dorfin as the ball is just floating in the midfield now. Dorfin trying to turn around on the offensive side. He gets a good carry. He's going to fake it. And that's 5-0, a thrashing in game one.
There is the hat trick for Dorfin. Dorfin coming out with an absolute vengeance for pawns in this game one. Yeah, this first game's rough for Ignite. Whether it's stream nerves or not, you know, you're going to be going into that game two a little weary. But just as I say that, Tripwire, not losing hope yet, does get one on the board for Ignite, so not all hope is lost. But, you know, Sage, they're definitely going to have to come into this second game now because little chance of coming up 4 goals. I mean, you know, it's definitely possible, but I don't see it happening at this point.
Hey,
you're going to have to... True. And I'm not counting them out for the whole series, just maybe this game. You know, going down 5 in a row, you know, even when you get one back, that's still a long road. So I think Ignite definitely got to be looking towards this next game. There's Sep to go up 5 again, and there's two hat tricks for pawns there. I think they're just going to have to reset. You know, this first game's pretty much done. They're going to have to go into the second game, a fresh team. Reset here. There's plenty of games of Rocket League left to play in this series.
Absolutely. I have to agree with you. I've seen this Ignite team lose big before and come back and dominate the next game. So they just need to fix their mentality, get you know, warmed up, start playing their game, and they'll be just fine. As I'm saying that, Cronksy tried to get a pass off the backboard. Sep's up. Sep tries to get to read. As Dorfin comes up, tries to get a dunk. What a save there from C-Wink. The ball's in this Ignite corner. And you get a nice clear coming out from Aiko. Getting it past 2. No follow just yet. We have C-Wink trying to get a touch off the ceiling. A couple whiffs coming out. A nice pass there coming out from Aiko. It's just floating in this pawn side. A couple more whiffs come out. Cronksy finally able to get a touch on the ball. He gets it past 1. Cronksy here trying to get his first goal of his own. He does just that. Brazil time.
I think this first game is pretty much set in stone here. These last 14 seconds of regulation just going to be more of a formality, but yeah, great shot coming out there from Cronksy, finally putting a goal up on the board with a nice little dribble play.
Absolutely, and I honestly want to pull out these stats right quick, just because this game it's kind of over. If we're looking at these stats right now, the stats are honestly pretty even. They're even on shots. They're not going to be even on save. I have to wait for the scoreboard to come back up. But the shots is what I'm really focusing at. They're really even on shots. They're actually really even in saves as well. It's just that this Pawns team was way more efficient in actually putting the ball in the back of the net. Just an unfortunate start that the Ignite team really did not want.
Yeah, you know, there's definitely an accuracy problem coming out here from Ignite. They have plenty of shots to be able to put up a good scoring game here. And Pawns only with a few saves. So, you know, definitely an accuracy, a finishing problem coming out from Ignite. But like I said, it is only game 1 in a game of 5, in a game 5 series. So, or in a 5-game series. So Ignite definitely has time to come back here. If it's nerves, you know, they've got to settle in. If they're just having a rough day, you know, you've got to focus on those rotations. If you can't bring up that accuracy that's required, then you just got to keep rotating well enough to keep up that offensive pressure. If you don't have a good shooting percentage, then you better have a lot of shots. And they had enough shots. So I think they've got to work on the shooting percentage here. They've got to settle in, get those thumbs warmed up, pull out the hand warmer. Ignite's definitely going to have to step up here in the second game, or it's looking grim for them, Sage.
I believe in them to step this up. They're a really good team, good players. I think they're going to be able to step up here and give these pawns a challenge as we're getting right into game 2 here. C-Wink in the corner. Going to get a pass out to his teammate Tripwire. Going to take a shot,
There
get past
go.
Dolphin, and that's the ideal start for Ignite.
Exactly. There is a little double commit coming out from Ignite, but C-Wink staying in that play, staying annoying, Tripwire ready for the pass. That's the kind of offensive pressure you need, Sage.
Absolutely. That's a fantastic way to start it out for them. I bet you that was their pretty much goal start, ideal start here. Going up 1-0 in this second match is Aiko here. Trying to get a pass down to C-Wink. C-Wink passed one. A double commit coming out on defense. The net is wide open. Dolphin forced to make a touch. Tripwire taking a shot. Ooh. What a shot there to put him up 2-0 in game 2.
Tripwire coming in again, 30 seconds in, both goals for Ignite. A whole goal to shoot on. The Pawns defense was kind of caught on their heels there. One of them having to go for that first challenge, and then the ball just left wide open for Trip to take a shot. Nice placement to get it behind the defender right against the post there. Good play from Tripwire.
Absolutely. And what did I tell you? This team, they will be bad one game and be able to turn it right around and get this fast 2-0 start. It's Tripwire trying to get past one. Dolphin there with a nice stop in the midfield. C-Wink trying to get it past one. Sepp there with the deny. Aiko here trying to get a touch past Cronksy. Unable to. Tripwire trying to get a pass mid. Sepp here. Caught off by Tripwire. Tripwire trying to get a pass. A little bit of wall dashing action there. A couple whiffs coming out. And we're going to see Sepp here try and get something started for the Pawns on offense this game. I've gotta say here, Waffles, it's been a complete flip in the script from last game. Last game it was a bit more even, but in the first minute and really 20 seconds of this game, we've seen that this Ignite team has really just been turning up the pressure. They're out shooting the Pawns 4 shots to 1 right now.
Absolutely. Ignite coming out with a vendetta in this second game, understanding that, after losing that bad in the first game, you've got to come out swinging. You can't leave all that momentum up to the Pawns, otherwise they're gonna take it all the way home. So good start from Ignite here to come out all cylinders firing. They understand that Tripwire is on fire so far this game, so they just keep giving him the ball. He keeps either scoring or creating opportunities. Tripwire with the air dribble off the sidewall. C-Wink staying in the play, just like that first goal, being annoying, popping the ball up, and Aiko there to finish it off. What a play from Ignite, and they're on fire, Sage.
Ignite are indeed on fire. I have never seen a team I've never seen a team with this good of a mental. I have seen them lose really badly in games, just like how they did in game 1, and then turn around and have a game like they're having right now. They're just absolutely dominating the opponent. But getting back into the game here, we're going to see Tripwire trying to get it clear here. The ball's floating in the midfield. A bit of a passing play attempt there, cut off by Sepp. A nice touch there coming out. C-Wink trying to take control. Has one man on. Gets it over one. A demo coming out from Cronksy. That could be huge. Aiko here forced to make a push. It's floating right in front of this Ignite goal. A nice clear coming out.
Oh my goodness.
That's just going to roll right on in for the 4th of the game.
This is basically a complete script swap from the first game. What is going on? Tripwire, he's just up faster than the offense, reads that one all the way downfield, straight into the goal. Hat trick for Tripwire there. And there's not a whole lot to say here other than Ignite are just running this second game. Now, the only thing I am concerned about, okay, that's what I get for saying something, Sepp. What a crazy angle, Croxy. Throwing it up, Tripwire, making the only touch he can, and Sepp, what an angle, using almost all the boost he had. Great shot from Sepp to begin the comeback. 2 minutes left to do it, so it's definitely plausible. As I was saying, the only concern I have here is, part of being novice, part of being, in these lower ranks is, yeah, you can pop off for for a game, but the psyche isn't always the best, and the consistency isn't always there. So are Ignite or are Pawns going to come out swinging in the next game? Are they both finally going to settle in? There's really no telling here, Sage, because I mean, these if you were to take game 1 and game 2, you'd think these were completely different series.
Absolutely. I mean, I'd be on the fence with a prediction here, but I honestly think this Ignite team is going to start running away. All they needed was just, I thought all they needed was a solid game where they might have won by maybe 1 or 2, but they're destroying this game, and honestly, I think this is all they need to keep the momentum flowing for the rest of the game.
You're a big Ignite fan, aren't you?
No, I play for Frost in Season 5. I'm actually an Ignite hater, per se, but they're performing really well right now, so I've got to give my props. Is the ball's floating in the midfield here. C-Wink gonna try to get a clear. A nice clear there by Cronksy. Could just float in. It does just that. 4-2, and all hope is not lost for the Pawns just yet.
No, Cronksy, absolute banger of a clear. And Ignite was there, but Aiko just couldn't quite get up to it as he was scrambling back to their goal. Cronksy, great play there. There is just under 1 minute. It's absolutely possible from here, but we'll have to see if Ignite can hold up their defense. They have been keeping Pawns in this last half of the game pretty quelled. Not a whole lot has been happening after those 4 goals from Ignite, so we'll see if Ignite can keep the pressure on. It seems like Pawns are definitely having to work hard for these goals. We'll see if 25 seconds now is enough to do it.
Absolutely. These are 2 defensive teams, and it's clearly showing right now as a whip comes out on the backboard. But a nice clear there by C-Wink. He's going to try to get another 150 there by Sep. Tripwire. Going to try to get a pass mid. C-Wink is there. C-Wink with a nice shot to probably seal off this game, too.
I agree with you there. Absolutely sealed from here on. It's almost not even possible time-wise just to bang the ball in from kickoff. I doubt that the Ignite players miss kickoff 3 times in a row. So chances are this game is over, I would argue. And so now that okay.
Okay.
All right. Calm down.
The
Game's
caster
over.
curse. The
Game's
caster
over.
curse
Just like I
was
said.
trying
No. Game's over. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Now the caster curse was trying to curse.
Now that we are even in the series, Ignite showing everything that they are capable of here in this second game. Going into this third game, Sage, what do you think is going to happen here? Because I mean, Ignite have the momentum for sure, but Pawns ran that game 1, so it's possible. I'm not really sure what to think here for this game 3.
It's honestly just up in the air. I don't know what to think either. I did say Ignite we're going to start running away with it. I do believe that is going to happen, but this Pawns team, unpredictable. Septune, top and Novice for saves. I mean, anything is possible. Both these teams, I would say they look evenly matched, but it's just been back and forth of just slaughtering each other, really. It's hard to tell who's going to come away with this series, let alone the next game.
I mean, at this point, I really feel like it's almost a fresh slate. Game 1 going to Pawns, like 5 or 6 goals ahead. Game 3 going to Ignite, 3 goals ahead. I really don't know, Sage. I'm just going to hand it over to you and hope that you let me know, because I'm lost.
Like I said, I have Ignite coming out, winning this next game, possibly just winning the next 2 games and sweeping out. I know what type of team they have. That's going to be my final prediction. But as we get back into the game here, the ball just floating in front of the Pawns net. Sep with a nice touch there. It's going to bounce off corner. Tries to get the read there. Kronks trying to get something started. Floating up there for Wink. Wink trying to get a pass mid. Up to Aiko.
Ooh.
Trying to snipe him in the air maybe. Oh, a demo coming out from Dorfin there. Sep. Ooh, kind of a team bump coming out there. Still confuses the Ignite players. Dorfin up. Dorfin getting 2 touches there. Gonna try to find someone mid. The ball just floating in front of net. Septune, he was always gonna score that. Do not give this man too much time.
Sepp, an absolute menace in the air so far this series. Dorfin, he has a free backboard. Someone from Ignite needed to be up there, and he tosses that up. Just says, "Here you go, Sepp, alley-oop." Sepp says, "Thank you, sir," and eats that thing up like dinner.
Just a lapse in judgment there from the Ignite defense. The Pawn's able to capitalize there. As we see Sepp here, gonna get a touch into this Ignite corner. Nobody pushes the ball. What a
Oh my
shot there
goodness.
from Cronksy. Gonna rattle off of the post. We're gonna see Dorfin try to get a flip reset maybe. Cut off there by Septune. Gonna fall back to the midfield. Dorfin, a nice touch there from him, trying to take it up wall. A couple of misses come out, and ooh, Sep's there, trying to take a shot. A nice pass. Dorfin, keeping the ball in. I've got to say here, Dr. Waffles, I completely misread where this series was going. I said, as I'm talking, Dorfin, they're going to put them 2-0 up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on in this third game from Ignite. It's like they just forgot that they have offense as an option. They're just sitting back, letting Pawns take shots. But Ignite are also making mistakes on defense, not covering the backboard. That awkward that awkward shot off the post, little too much for them to handle. And Ignite's got to get out of their half here. They've got to push. They've got to stay aggressive like they were in that second game. It was obviously working with C-Wink being annoying, with Tripwire going up and trying to start these big plays. And they really haven't done that so far, and it's biting them in the butt here.
I think this is where it's starting to start here, as they sort of get a little bit of offensive pressure there to stay. C-Wink trying to get a touch off ceiling. Tripwire with a whiff there. Gonna fall down to Dorfin. He fakes someone. Wow. It's gonna float over Sep's head, and I guess he got called off there, as a bit of a miscommunication coming out from the Pawns there. The ball is just sitting in this Ignite corner. Someone finally gets a touch there. Is that C-Wink? C-Wink finally gets a touch out there. But it's gonna fall right back to Dorfin yet again. It's just they have this like midfield trap setup, Waffles, where any clear that they're getting is just falling right back to a Pawns player.
Absolutely, Pawns controlling that midfield boost, but C-Wink has something to say about that. Collects his back. Oh, Trip had the pinch off of that Pawns corner. I did not see that, and C-Wink was happened to be there. Nice shot to go behind the defense, bottom right corner. Great placement. Not a whole lot Pawns can do about that. Now I wonder if this is going to be like that game 2 where Ignite started scoring and then they just didn't stop.
This could be that turning point that they desperately need right now. I mean, first shot, first goal. At this rate, they just got to keep putting shots on target and they'll win this game. But Eiko here in the corner, gonna try to get it clear. It's cut off again by Dorfin at that midfield line. C-Wink gonna turn on this. Gonna try to get a pass off backboard. Nice defensive stop there by Sepp. Dorfin with a touch over one. Sepp and Eiko gonna get a 50 in the air there. It's gonna fall to C-Wink. C-Wink gonna get it past one there. Needs a follow-up. Nobody's gonna be there. Sepp with a nice clang. We're gonna see C-Wink here. Ooh, get beat by a Pawns player. A shot probably attempt coming out there. We're gonna see Eiko here. Try to get it mid. Tripwire. Gonna get 50'd in the corner. Cronksy trying to get a nice 50. C-Wink. Ooh. Nice pinch coming out there by Dorfin. Tripwire. Gonna get it past one. Two Pawns defenders back right now. I feel like this Pawns team, they're kind of just sitting on this lead at this point. They're up by 1 minute left. I think they're parking the bus right now. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, they had most of their shots there in that first half of the game. This one is dangerous, though. Nothing coming of it yet. Anyway, yeah, they had most of their shots in that first half of the game, and now they definitely are just kind of sitting back and playing a solid defense here, which, you know, credit to them. It's worked so far. Only 1 goal scored. They still do have the lead, so that 1 goal, I mean, really isn't the worst thing that could happen. They only have just over 30 seconds to hold it, which for them right now seems to be no problem.
Absolutely. I mean, they have one of the best defensive players in the league, and Septune standing back there, a cornerstone for this team. But I'm expecting Ignite to try and get an equalizer here. Is Eiko gonna get a touch off backboard? It's gonna float there. The net's open. A nice shot there by Tripwire to even out the game.
What a play That was so crucial for Ignite there. Fantastic demo from C-Wink, the heads up play to know that he doesn't have a chance to shoot on that. They have to be aggressive, and they had to make a play right there. So C-Wink goes for the demo. Great play from C-Wink. And then, who was it? Tripwire to finish that off. What a play from Ignite.
Absolutely a heads up play coming out from this Ignite team. I do feel like this is a must win for Ignite. But a last second dribble attempt coming out here from Sep. All three Ignite players got the chance that ball. I think Dorfin is just going to play for overtime here. We have overtime here in game 3, Dr. Waffles. Who do you think takes this one?
Oh my goodness, it's been so back and forth. You can't ask me that question. That's just mean. I have no earthly idea. Are you kidding me?
Oh, a counterattack possibility here coming out for Ignite. The beginning of this overtime. It's going to go off backboard. Tripwire trying to touch it with his wheels, trying to get that angle. Unfortunately, he could not, as Dorfin here trying to start something up on the offensive side. A couple misses come out. Tripwire back there on defense to make the touch. Sep here trying to get a pass to his teammate, cut off by C-Wink. Dorfin double tap opportunity, cut off by Tripwire. I've got to say here, Ignite team, as I say that, the net is wide open.
Goodness.
Echo going to take advantage of that defensive lapse in judgment by the
What a timely demo from Echo to demo that returning player, Sep. He was playing as their third, was just about to rotate back, and he probably would have been there. But Echo, absolute dagger into Sep there to get him off. And they all point their tails at the screen at the same time. A little friendly BM coming out from Ignite. What a game from Ignite. They were down 2-0 halfway through the game. They come back, slowly get that equalizer. They slowly get their offense back. They started out the game really iffy, Sage. They weren't looking great. They were making mistakes on defense, and they ended with only 4 shots, but man, did they make those 4 shots count.
This is the first game that I've seen like a clear discrepancy in, teams where both teams, they played well. It looked like Pawns were the better team. They had more shots. They had less saves. They were all over Ignite for that entire first half of the game. A couple missed, rotations, a couple call-offs maybe that shouldn't have happened. And now Ignite is on match point. It's only a best of 5 here in the play-ins. And now Pawns are at risk of going home early.
Yeah, absolutely. Ignite putting themselves up 2-1 in this series. And I mean, this is it for this season. Whoever wins this series moves on.
Pressure is on.
The pressure is definitely on. You don't have very many more opportunities to move in the playoffs here. So yeah, this game 4 for Pawns is a very, very important one.
Possibly a fast start for Ignite here, as they're going to get it started off. C-Wink with a nice read, a nice team play coming out for Ignite to open up the scoring.
Absolute banger from C-Wink. Echo's there, just causing trouble in the corner. Unfortunate pinch for Pawns. I don't think that was on purpose, but C-Wink takes those every single day. A goal is a goal. Nice shot from C-Wink to get up. Oh no, what's going on? 10 seconds into the match. A goal for each team, a kickoff goal for Dorfin. Just staying on the ball, and he's quicker than everyone else. I mean, hey, again, a goal's a goal, and we're back even, Sage.
Just a fantastic shot coming out. Fantastic shot. Just a fantastic kickoff coming out there from Dorfin. He did it all there. Won the kickoff, got the shot. Another goal? What is going on? An explosion of goals to come out in the first 20 seconds of game 4.
Where's the defense? It's not even... 3 shots and 3 goals between both teams. Hello?
These kickoffs are absolutely wild, and it's going either way. It's going back and forth right now. As a bit of a team bump comes out from Dorfin there. Going to try to get a pass to Sep there. Sep trying to get it up. Tripwire with a nice cutout there. A nice touch there by Kronksy to pop it up. C-Wink's there, though. Sep trying to cut it off. Echo here. Tries to get a flick. Just trying to advance the ball into an offensive position. As the ball is there. A double commit coming out from the Pawns. to ensure that that ball does not cross across the face of net. Is Sepier tries to get the ball mid, unfortunately cut off there by Aiko. Sepier trying to get a shot, unfortunately he can't. A nice buff coming out from him though, possible second shot opportunity, cut off there by Ignite. Seawink here, a nice double tap off the sidewall. Dorfin trying to get anything started for this team. It's win or go home now, and they're down by 1 goal. How do you think that this Pawns team is reacting right now under all this immense pressure?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, these kickoff goals just destroying anyone and everyone. They do not discriminate here, and Pawns are definitely on the bottom end of these basically just pinches. I mean, you know, if you think about it, kickoff's just a pinch. Pawns has gotten the bad end of every single pinch so far this game. You know, it's difficult on the psyche when you have tough pinches like that. You know, just a pinch out of the corner that happens to go to an Ignite player. You're like, well, what are you supposed to do about that? You know, it can be tough on the psyche, but Pawns, they have to settle down here. They have to play, you know, this monotonous offense that they've been playing that it takes to score against Ignite. You know, they've been slow moving towards their offense, but they have plenty of time, so they don't need to push anything here. They just need to stay consistent, keep Ignite from getting any more unfortunate pinches.
Absolutely. This game it's been a bit lucky. Pinches going one specific team's way instead of the other, but 2-1 here halfway through the game. Is a shot coming out by Sep. That might have gone in. That's a crucial touch there coming out from Aiko. As Seawink gets another save, another shot coming out, a barrage of shots coming out from this Pawns team. You see Aiko here trying to carry it out of her own half. We're going to see Seawink here try to get a touch. Aiko here with a shot with a double tap. Aiko!
Oh, my goodness.
My good, I was not expecting that out of her. Wow.
Sep can't get up, and Aiko says, don't you worry a bit, I've got you, off of their post and straight into the goal. Great shot coming out from Aiko.
That's gotta be devastating for this Pawns team and absolutely electrifying for this Ignite team. A double tap out of one of your best players to put you 2-1 up for match point, during match point as well, as we're going to see Seawink here try to get a big clear out. Dorfin already up for that, gets the flip reset. Gonna fall straight down there. Aiko. Dorfin gets a touch. A 50 coming out from Sep. Trip, a nice clang, possible passing play. Seawink dropping it down for Aiko. It's there for the shot. Aiko gonna put it in to make it 4-1. What? This Ignite team is on fire.
Seawink, what a play to play it straight down. Tripwire tries to take that from Aiko, but she says, no way, that is mine. Up 3 now to Ignite in this game 4. Pawns scrambling right now for any semblance of hope, and it does not seem to be showing. Pawns in a tough situation here. Basically, all Ignite has to do, a minute and a half is not that long. Of course, just as I say that, Sep with another fantastic aerial shot. Cronksy plays it across the field, and Sep beats the defense there. Now, you know, I was just saying that Pawns don't really have much hope here, but I mean, only 2 goals now in a minute 30. That's definitely doable, Sage. This is a game again.
Very doable. What a passing play. I was not able to focalize my live reaction to that, but that was an insane passing play coming out from Kronks and Sep, as now they're trying to get another goal to make it just a 1-goal game. Cronksy here tries to pop it up, fails to. Dorfin, that was weird. Gets bumped into the 50. As Seawink here with a nice clear up to Cronksy, just pops it up. Seawink able to beat a defender. Tripwire here trying to get a shot on. A team bump coming out, or else there'd be a follow right now. Cronksy with a nice touch out. Aiko just trying to keep pressure on this Ignite team. They're just probably trying to keep pressure on. They're not really parking the bus. They're just trying to make sure the ball's not on their end of the field, Waffles.
Yeah, Ignite, they only have 35 more seconds that they need to waste, and Pawns are still down 2 goals. Pawns have to scramble for a goal basically right now if they have any hopes, and then they're still going to need a kickoff goal. As there's a whiff. Oh my goodness. Pawns need to score right here, Sage.
They do need to score right here. In kickoffs, they've been all over the place. They just need to focus on getting a goal right now and then aiming for that kickoff goal. but the ball's just floating in the middle of the pitch right now. Tripwire gonna take a shot at an open net. Set forced to make a save. Able to make that save. The ball's just floating. 7-6. A shot coming out from
Oh.
Ignite. Put the dagger in them. Tripwire says goodnight.
There it is, the dagger from Ignite. Tripwire puts it away, and that'll basically do the series there, Sage. Although Ignite was my prediction, and I love being correct, I do still kind of feel for this Pawns roster here. They came out so strong in game one, as all this has got to do now is fall to the floor. They came out so strong in game one, Sage, showing Ignite what they have. They showed us what they can do, what's possible for this Pawns roster, and then Ignite just comes out absolutely swinging for the fences, no mercy, just shot after shot, and insane aerial plays, great passing plays, especially from Seawink. I mean, Seawink creating so many opportunities specifically through passing for that Pawns team. For that Ignite team. Great showing from Ignite. Tough for Pawns, but good luck next season. Ignite moving on into match 3. I believe it's against Auroras.
It is.
Nice. So Ignite moving on against Auroras. We'll see if they can keep their pressure that they had this series, Sage.
All I'm saying is, what did I say? I think I have been correct in my last two casts about who is going to win the series, and I'm actually pretty proud of that. But uh, a good matchup between both teams. Ignite getting the better of Pawns, and now Ignite has to go on and go play the 11-7 Aurora team. That should be a really good matchup. It's going to be on stream on Saturday. It should be a really good matchup.
Absolutely. And once again, we're behind schedule by a couple minutes. So let's go ahead and sign off here, Sage. Appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely, a fantastic stream. Don't leave yet. There's more action coming on. I don't know what the next game is. My apologies. This next game will be in Titan. So
Nebula
we're going
versus
up.
Blizzard.
We're going all the way up. We start at the bottom. We're going all the way up to the Titan League. It should be a fantastic matchup. The 3-time defending champions Blizzard versus Nebula. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for some more fantastic content.